Warning, this video may contain graphic content, such as sexual scenes, violence, gore, boobies, and the rest of the fun stuff. Please be over 18 to view this, and don't say we didn't warn you, little sinners.
Endlessly searching for an original
Hey guys, welcome to Sinfully Fun Games. I bet you're wondering what this is. I know you've already read the title. So, let's get into it. It was a thrust like lightning. A spearhead thrust to pierce my heart. Trying to dodge it would be useless. Being lightning, it's invisible to the human eye. But the lightning that tries to pierce me is repelled by the moonlight that tries to save me. Clang, a beautiful sound. No, the sound before me is heavier than steel. The armor she is wearing is not beautiful at all, and as unrefined as the cold night. The sound wasn't beautiful at all. It was actually the sound of steel. It's just that the night is beautiful enough to turn it into a charming sound like a bell.
とう。あなたが私のマスターか。
I ask, are you my master? She asks in a voice that lights up the darkness.
召喚に従い参上した。
I have come forth in response to your summons.
これより我が剣はあなたと共にあり、
From this
あ
time
なたの運命は私と共にある。
This is why I normally do this. One moment. I've turned off the sound. If you guys want the voicing. If you guys want the voicing back, you'll have to let me know if I decide to do this. I have come forth in response to your summons. From this time forward, my sword shall be with you, and your fate shall be with me. Now our contract is complete. Yes, the contract has been completed. When she chose me as her master, I'm sure I swore to help her too. The moonlight still lights up the darkness. As if following the night's example, the shed again falls silent. Time has stopped. The scene lasts less than a second. But I'm sure I'll remember the scene vividly, even when I've gone to hell. The face slightly turned. The quiet green eyes. The instant becomes an eternity. The blue outfit symbolizing her sways in the wind. A faint blue light filters in. The golden hair shines in the moonlight. Fate. This is the story from 10 years ago. I'm watching someone I know very well. A tall man with a deep featured face, who, to my knowledge, has never told a joke, is patting my head. No, that's not quite right. I guess he doesn't know how much strength to use, so to be more accurate, he's grabbing my head and smashing it around. I guess that's only to be expected. After all, that's the first time he's ever patted my head. I'll have to get going now. You know what to do now, right? I answer the deep voice with a polite yes. The man patting my head nods once, lets go, and stands up. So that was it. If I'd known then it would be our final moment together, I would have made him laugh with my best joke. I had practiced telling jokes a lot, in hopes that I could bring a smile to his grave face. I guess you could say I was sad that I couldn't tell him any of them. Put the association in your debt by the time you're mature. I'll let you decide what to do after that. You should be able to take care of yourself." Even though he said such things, I guess he was still worried. He told me about the heirloom jewels, the jewels inherited from the master, and how to manage the basement. As he was telling me all the things I didn't yet know, I realized even as a child that most likely he wouldn't be coming back. We start off with depression. A war had started. Not a war between countries, but a war between people. But the only ones at war were 7 people. In a situation like this, the word war should be unsuitable. But here it's a different story, as the ones in conflict are magi. The 7 magi, each from a different faction, had started to compete for unknown reasons and killed each other in unknown ways. The man standing before me was one of them. He too was in a position to kill or be killed. He must have known more keenly than I did that his time was near. "Rin, the Holy Grail will appear eventually. It is our duty as the Tohaska family to win it. More importantly, if you want to be a magus, you can't avoid it." Once more, he patted my head and left. That was the end. That was the last time I saw the man who entered the Holy Grail War as a master and died. The man who was my teacher, as well as my father. "Take care, Father." I see him off politely. I knew I was on the verge of crying, but I shed no tears. I loved him. He was a great father and a great magus. Among magi, there are only obstinate people. In the whole world, I don't think anyone had a better character than his. He taught me as a teacher and loved me as a father. That's why I decided to choose my path according to what he left me in the end. Rin, the Holy Grail will appear eventually. It is our duty as the Tokisha family to win it. More importantly, if you want to be a magus, you can't avoid it. In the end, he left me those words as a magus and not as a father. That is why at that moment my path was determined. "All right, I'll do my best to be a proper magus." It's only natural for a student to follow the word of their teacher. Since then, through many twists and turns, I, Tohosaka Rin, have matured. It has been 10 years since the winter day on which my father went to war. I haven't exactly been waiting for this moment, but I am excited. That's only natural. The event I have never forgotten about is about to start. So yes, this is the very original Fate Stay Night visual novel, which Durago was nice enough to give me. Apparently he bought it. Something is ringing. Ring, ring. Shut up. Stop it. The sound doesn't stop. It rings loudly as if I'm an enemy. What? Come on. I was up late last night, so should let me sleep in a bit longer. No, it has to let me sleep in. I was deciphering my father's will until early this morning, and I've used up too much magical energy. In other words, my mind and body were dead tired. Ah, jeez, you're really stubborn. The alarm clock doesn't speak my language. So why does the ringing sound like it's telling me, "You're gonna be late"? Late. Being late is bad. Though that depends on the situation. I'm a good student, but maybe I can get to school at the last moment just for today. That's right. I set the alarm 30 minutes early, so I should be able to sleep for 30 more minutes. Huh? Isn't that strange? Set it 30 minutes early? Look at the alarm clock. I look at the alarm clock drowsily. The clock is pointing exactly at 7. I usually get up at 6:30, so the spare 30 minutes have already been used up. Oh, why can't I think when I wake up? I stare at the alarm clock for several seconds. Shutting it off, I decide to get out of bed. Passing through the cold hallway, I enter the cold living room. It's 7 o'clock on the last day of January. Kuyuki City is usually pretty warm in the winter, but this morning it's as cold as any other city. I can even see my breath indoors, and on top of that, there's no one else in the house to warm it up. Heater! Heater! Turning on the heater, I head to the bathroom. At times like this, living on your own is inconvenient. If there were someone to wake up before me, the living room would be warm by now. I wash my face at the sink. I brush my long hair and get ready. A cold morning, a cold sink. The only advantage is that the cold water clears your sleepiness completely. Hit your pores. I tie my ribbon and I'm all ready. All I have to do is eat breakfast and head out. Looking at the clock, it's only a bit past 7, and I'm a bit disappointed. Man, I guess I don't have to run after all. Then again, I would never do anything as clumsy as running to school anyway. It is the custom of the Tohasaka family to act with composure and elegance at all times. Taking a custom like that seriously must mean that my family originated from a very high-class background indeed. Owning this old Western-style mansion is proof of that. And on top of it, the Tohasaka family is a bloodline of sorcerers able to use the power of magic. If you were talking about age, our family has an ancient history. Well, it's not something I can brag about. Actually, I can't even speak openly about it at all. Oh, by the way, I, Tosaka Rin, am a magus. Who on earth could I brag like that? Magic is just what it sounds like. Magic. I don't care if you get ideas like abracadabra or whatever. You can just think of us as people who do strange things by casting spells. Oh, though it's not like we fly around on brooms or make stars appear with a wave of a wand. Well, we could do that, but we don't bother as it's kind of meaningless. We're basically heretics who hide ourselves from the world. We're prohibited from standing out, and even if we weren't, we would rather be at home studying magic. On top of that, the word sorcerer is completely inaccurate. To be precise, there are only 5 sorcerers in the world. Things no one can do, things beyond the ability of modern science. The ones who can make such miracles are the ones we call sorcerers. Miracles that can never be achieved, regardless of time, effort, those we call sorcery. Oh God, what did I do? I broke shit. Okay. Let's see. That's why what I do is called magic rather than sorcery. It's complicated, but that's how it is. Just accept it. Well, to be honest, the modern world doesn't recognize the existence of magi, as we believe, control, and learn things that are immeasurable. Our existence is incompatible with the modern world, because it's kind of meaningless. Going to a normal school and becoming a normal adult will bring you far more happiness than studying magic. Human technology is great. In the past few hundred years, it's been leading the way ahead of magic. Nothing is impossible for humans. The miracles, once only possible through magic, are now tools, and not miraculous at all. Still, magic has its good points. Just as there are things possible only through science, there are also things possible only through magic. It was the master of the Tohaska house who said that if science is moving toward the future, magic is moving toward the past. Something about the past and the future ending up at the same place, everything always running towards the 0 point. Let's put off all these difficult decisions. They should wait until we're old. Finishing breakfast, I grabbed my bag. Oh, I should bring the pendant. I don't really want to take the thing to school, but it'd be a waste to just leave it here. This thing is 100 years old after all. It's by far the greatest jewel in the house. No, that's an understatement. It's much stronger than that. I found this after decoding Father's will last night. It contains the equivalent of 10 years of my magic energy. There was said to be an heirloom, and this will be it. We, the Magi of Tohasaka, are skilled at the transformation of power. We put our magical energy into jewels whenever we have free time. To put it simply, the jewels are bullets, and we are the gun. The only other thing I can say I received from my father is the magic crest of the Tohasaka family engraved on my left arm. In essence, this is the proof of the successor, and it's like a tattoo that condenses all the inherited magic of the Tohasaka family. It hasn't started yet, but I guess it doesn't hurt to be careful. I put the pendant, which can now be said to be my father's memento, into my pocket. This is the last resort. Pretty much anything is possible with the magical energy contained in this. It's 7:30. I should get going or I'll be late for school. Lehwang Vorhern Dre. I tried, people. I weave my words with magical energy quickly. Being a magus, I can't let my guard down when I leave my house. Even though there's never been a single robber, wandering child, nor stray cat. And I don't think that my neighbor has ever come to say hello either. Well, I don't really care, but not even a stray cat? What's up with that? I look at the mansion I've grown so accustomed to over the years. God. Fuyuki is certainly a strange city with many Western-style houses in this side of town, and an area full of Japanese-style houses just beyond the intersection. I guess it's because many foreign families came to live here a long time ago, but even so, I don't see any foreigners around here now. There's a foreigner cemetery in the new city across the river, but it only has the graves of the first generation of families. Maybe the soil of Japan didn't suit them? I'll go to the church and ask the priest sometime. He knows about lots of boring things. Huh? Stepping outside, I feel a certain incongruity. What's up? It's quieter than usual. It's especially quiet, with no sense of the morning's noisiness. At 7:30, the street should be filled with students going to school and people going to work. Well, I guess there are days like this. Perhaps everyone slept in today. It's usually cold, so I bet everyone's still wrapped up in their warm beds. But even so, it's strange that I haven't seen even one student so far. At 7:30 you can usually see people in uniform here and there. But I'm the only person at the school gates, and it looks like the clubs are just starting their morning practice. In other words, the only explanation is... Oh, Tohosaka, you're up early today. As I suspected. With a small sigh, I turned to the girl who addressed me. Morning. It's really cold today, huh? This girl, speaking so frankly, is Mitsurui Ayaka. She's a classmate in Class 2A, and there are a lot of stories about her. Good morning, Mitsuzuri-san. Please excuse the abrupt question, but do you know what time it is? Huh? It's almost 7. Are you still asleep? She waves her hand in front of me, wondering if I'm alright. She is one of the few friends who She's one of the few friends who knows I am not a morning person. In other words, she thinks I'm not fully awake yet. I guess the clocks at my house were an hour fast, all of them. Not just my alarm clock, but the wall clocks as well. Really? What's going on here? Did Father arrange for all the clocks to go mad when the pendant was removed from the basement? Tohosaka? Don't worry, it's nothing. Anyways, are you off to morning practice as usual? Yeah. The archery club has lots of problem students, and one good member quit. So I have to get them to look good to attract a new freshman in April. I see, there's always something to worry about, isn't there? You can say that, since it's none of your concern. Oh, do you want to come? The guys will love it if you come and watch. An archery club, huh? I have 3 acquaintances in the archery club. One is Ayako, the person before me right now, and the other 2 are people I barely talk to. And for one of those 2, the word acquaintance doesn't really suffice. I became friends with Oyako because I had been watching the archery club from afar. Alright, I'll go if all I have to do is watch. I have nothing else to do this early anyways. Great! Let's get going right now then. The impressive archery range is one of our school's outstanding aspects. Well, guys, I know you're really enjoying this game. I know I am too. If you want to see more Fate's Day Night, maybe I'll do a full Let's Play. Let's get 200 likes on this video. And if you guys really want to see it, then I'll do a full Let's Play. Once again, thank you all for joining me. And I'll see you next time for Sinfully Fun Games. If you have a game you want me to do, go ahead and send it to me or send me the information and I'll see about it. See you guys next time.
And I still feel your power. You changed my voice, you locked it in and put out any fire. And still with one touch, you got me where you want me, yeah. And it's like a rush, the waves that crash inside me, and you carved it deep into my heart that you're the king of lions, the look of blue and killing smile. You put me more than under, and still with one touch, you got me where you want me, and it's like a rush, the waves that crash inside me are paradise.